Hi there, everyone. Today we are going to be going and making this right here. And the reason why I have two images is because one of these is the final image that we are going to be doing. And then this one is a lens distorted image. This is my final image. This is the one that I really like. But this one is pretty nice too. But this one requires us to go into Blender, and there is another thing that we are going to be going into Blender for, and it's to make these rocks. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how to do it really quick, or just show you the process. I'm not too sure, but we will get to that when we get there. This tutorial is probably going to be a pretty long one, probably way over an hour long, so I don't know if I'm going to split this up in two parts or not, but I might, so be looking out for that. And this image is inspired by somebody. They've been asking me to do photo manipulation tutorials, and the person posted a link to a video on YouTube, and he wanted me to do something with buildings and stuff like that, and that will come in the future because I'm going to start going back to doing more photo manipulation tutorials because it seems like that's what people like. And this is a pretty awesome image. This image right here I got from DeviantArt, and there's some fish and just some bubble effects, and it's not too super hard. It's just a little bit tedious and time consuming. So I'm gonna go ahead and close these out, and there is going to be a few things that you're gonna need to download. I will put the links in the description. There's this what is it, Shaling and Schooling fish, these two images right here on Wikipedia. The only thing that they require for you to use these images is that you have to give credit to the people that took the images, so that's okay. Besides that, you could use it for whatever, if you're going to sell your image or whatever. And then the next thing is these bubbles, and you have to go to DeviantArt for these bubbles, and then these pictures of water effects, and then the mermaid. And I do apologize for the mermaid's top part being nude, but I knew that I wanted to make another underwater scene like the 3D scene that I did a long time ago, and I need to redo that tutorial too because I had crap recording software when I first started doing tutorials and stuff like that. And anyways, but so we are going to use this image, and as you can tell, she has some pretty crazy hair going on, but we're going to get into that here in a minute. And then we need to download some of these water splash effects here, and we're only going to be using a few of them. And then the next thing is the Perfect Effects 9 free. I went ahead and downloaded the free. I got Perfect Effects 8, the paid version for Photoshop. I really like this right here, and this one is a whole lot cheaper than buying the Nix software, you know, the Google Nix software that's got all them effects and stuff. And this is really nice because it opens into a standalone program, and they have some really nice effects and stuff. So, and I think that's pretty much it on the downloads that you'll have to do. I'm not too for sure, but let's go ahead and jump into Gimp real quick if I can find it. There it is. And so we'll see over here in our layer panel that there is quite a bit of layers, and there would have been a whole bunch more layers if I hadn't merged some down. And it's pretty simple. It's just a little bit tedious on placing things and cutting things out and stuff. Oh, and there is one more thing. The background image is a background that I got from psdbox.com. And if you go over here to his website and I think it's in resources. Yeah, right here. Go to resources and you click on his underwater stock pack. There's a free download. You can download the sources right there. I'm going to go ahead and bookmark that real quick so I can put the link in the description. But this guy's name is Andrei. I'm going to screw up his last name, but Oprinca. I can't pronounce it. But anyways, he's awesome, and he's got all kinds of tutorials. I'm actually a premium member to his site, but this guy is out of this world with the things he does. But he only does stuff in Photoshop, hence PSD Box. But all right, let's jump back to Gimp, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and go to File, and I'm going to open, and then I am going to, let's see here, let's click on here. Actually, let's go back because it's in here, and let's see, let me find it. There, nope. Where is she at? There she is. So we're going to go ahead and open her up, and I'm going to go ahead and close this over here. And you'll notice that we have a white background, and for tutorial purposes, I am not going to go through everything and cut everything out. I'm just going to show you the process that I did, and we're going to go ahead and move on. So I'm going to go ahead and right click, and I'm going to click on add an alpha channel. That way there's an alpha channel in here, and then I'm going to press B on my keyboard to bring up the pass tool. And all you're going to want to do is zoom way in here. And by the way, I'm using my middle mouse button to zoom in. And you could go ahead and zoom in by using Control plus and minus on your keyboards if you haven't changed your keyboard shortcuts, that is. But I got mine set to default to zoom in and out with my mouse wheel. And so all you're going to do is you're just going to come in here with your pass tool, and you're just going to go ahead and follow the outline of her all the way around. Control Z. And the reason why I'm going to go ahead and cut her out is because if I went to File and let me open I gotta go over here and find it. I thought I had the image in there. Let's see. I don't remember which one it was. 5. I think it was 5. Might have been. Anyways, if I go ahead and Control Z that, Control A, I'm going to go ahead and just right click and press edit, and then copy, and then I'm going to edit and then paste, and I'm going to click on the new layer button, and if I go ahead and put that behind and turn this one off, and if I press Shift T, and I'm going to go ahead and make it just a little bit bigger on that side, and then I'm going to drag it up and drag it down to fit in here, and drag it in just like that, and press scale and give it a second to scale. And normally it's a lot faster, but I got a lot of things running right now, and I'm going to press scale again and pull this down just a tad bit more. And I don't think this is the same image, but that's okay. So normally when you have a white background, you can right click and click on, oops, not right click, I'm sorry. Go up here to your layer effects, put it on multiply, and you'll see that the white goes away, but you also see that she becomes transparent a little bit. and that's not what we want. So let's put that back on normal. Let's delete this bottom image. And what you have to do is come down here and press B on your keyboard to bring up your path tool again. Is just come all the way, zoom in as far as you need to, and just come in here and just click and just go all the way around her. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to come right here. And when you want to merge points, just hold down Control and click on the very first path that you made, and there you go. And then all you want to do is just right click and then go to select and then from path, and it'll light up. And then all you're going to do is hit delete on your keyboard, press Control Shift A to deselect, and then press M on your keyboard to bring up the move tool, and that'll take the path away. And you'll see now that that part's cut out, and you just need to go all the way around her. And her hair, I wouldn't worry too much about her hair right now, because we're going to go ahead and take it out. So you don't have to be super nice around her hair. Just go ahead and just lop it off around there. And when you get into her necklace part right here, this is a little bit of a hassle. So I traced all the way around all these beads right here, and then around her face and back up, and I kept the jewelry. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to close that out and discard changes. Then I'm going to open, let's see. Oops, let's go back right there, because I have a mask already, and I'm going to open that up. And you'll see that she's cut out already. And so if I press Alt and then click, you'll see what I masked out there. I'm going to Alt and click again. And if I Control and click, you'll see that it brings it back. And you'll see what I did there. So if I Control click again, it's off and on. So we'll come back over here, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to add a layer mask, white full opacity. Then I'm going to make sure my colors are black, and then I'm going to come over here and grab my paintbrush, and I'm going to raise the size up, and I'm going to make sure that I got a soft brush selected. And all we're going to do is just come around here, make sure your layer mask is clicked, make sure you're on black, and we're just going to mask out this hair here. And there's no science to this. It's just going around and taking out the hair. You want to be careful once you get closer to her head. I'll lower the brush size and zoom in a little bit there. Take that stuff out. So now I'm going to zoom way in here, and I'm going to lower the size of my brush down to about right there is fine. And then I'm just going to come in here with my brush and get as close to the face as I can. And I didn't want none of this hair right in here either. So I'm going to go ahead and change to a hard brush so I can get some harsh edges. And just come around here and try to go around the best that you can. And then the next step that we're going to do is we are going to go back to our paths tool. And then you're just going to come in here, and you're going to want to just go around her head and trace around her head. Just like so. And then come in here around her ear. And I'm going really fast right now, so this ain't going to be a good mask or anything like that. But you'll just want to just come and trace around all this stuff here, and follow her face around, and then zoom in, follow some of her eyelashes around, and then just Control and click, and then do the same thing. Right click, select from path, and then hit delete. Oops, Control Z. We're on a layer mask. Then you want to take that black color, and you'll just want to drag and drop it. And press Control Shift A to deselect. Press M on your keyboard to bring up the move tool. And now you'll see, don't worry about if there's still a little bit of hair on here. That's fine because we are going to cover that up with the water. But that is what you do to mask out the hair. So press Control here. And so we have that masked out now. And what I'll go ahead and do is I will go ahead and put this mask in the file to download. I think I have to ask first if, yeah, I can give you the file, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out and discard changes. And the next thing we are going to do is we're going to come over here and we are going to create a new layer and just name it BG and press OK. And we are going to come in here and we're going to use this kind of aqua green color, and it is 19A798, and press OK. And then we are just going to drag and drop it, and then we are going to place it under her. And we're just going to use this as a color for right now, and then we'll add the main background later. And matter of fact, I'm going to open, and I'm going to open this main file real quick. Give it a second. It is a pretty large file. So, and you'll see here, got all kinds of things going on. Oh, it was image 6 that I used. Okay. I actually used a lighter color on there, but that is fine for right now, because now that you got her all masked out and you got her head masked out, what we are going to do now is we are going to start adding the water images. And I have the water images here that I'm going to use. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 water images that we are going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and drag them in here and open them up. And we are going to start out with, let's see, we'll start out with this image. And so I'll just press Control A, right click, and then go edit, and then copy. And then come back over here to this image, and then I'll right click, edit, and then paste. And then I'm going to go ahead and click the new layer button. And you'll see that it went ahead and got added in here. Now I'm just going to move this up, and I'm going to put these layers on multiply just to get that blue color, just like that. And I'm going to, now all there is to it next is you just want to press like Shift R, that's to bring up your rotate tool. And we'll just go ahead and kind of rotate this around. Then I'm going to press M on my keyboard for the move tool. And we'll just bring this in here like that, and we'll press Shift T, and we'll go ahead and lower the size of this a little bit. So we'll scale that, press M on your keyboard to move it back, and we are going to move it about right there. And I'm going to right click, and I'm going to add a layer mask on this image here, and then I'm going to grab my black color and my paintbrush tool, and I'm going to raise the size up a little bit, and I'm going to go back to a soft brush, raise the size up a little bit more, and I'm going to go ahead and do away with some of the stuff and these harsh edges right here. Some of that stuff on her face. And that's it. And now I'm going to come back over here to this image, and I'm going to grab my lasso tool, and I'm just going to come in here, and I'm just going to kind of go around this image here, just like that. Then I'm going to right click, edit, and then copy, and then come back over here, right click, edit, and then paste. Then I'm going to click on the new layer button. Oops. Let's Control Z that. Let's go ahead and click on this background, and then let's go edit, paste. And then let's click on new layer button. And then let's put this on multiply. And for some reason, when you go and paste stuff in here and there's masks and stuff like that, it wants to automatically paste it into the mask. And I don't know if that's a bug or what, but it's kind of annoying. So this image, we're going to go ahead and Shift R, and I don't know, let's go ahead and maybe put it like that. Let's press M on our keyboard to grab our move tool, just like that. And I'm going to put this image under her. And let's kind of raise that up kind of right there. And then if I go back over here to my desktop and I'm going to open this up, and I just have this down here just so I could see how her hair goes. And it's a good idea to kind of bring that up and just so you can see how her hair went. And that's how I kind of got this water effect to go all this way. And when you go and to do these image manipulations, you kind of want to have an idea of what you want inside your head. I can't say that I do that all the time because I'm a firm believer in just doodling and seeing what you get. Control Shift A to deselect here, and let's grab our magic lasso tool again. And so that's how I do a lot of my image manipulations, is I just kind of, freehand it. But sometimes when you want things to look really, really nice, you got to go ahead and think about things. Paste that in there. You got to go ahead and think about things and think it through. Press M on your keyboard for the move tool, and let's put this layer on multiply. And you have to think it through just to press Shift R. I know I'm talking a lot right now, ain't I? Press M on your keyboard, just so you can get a idea of what you want. Because if you don't do that, then a lot of 95% of the time, it don't come out looking all that well. And I know from experience there, because I do that and my work comes out looking like crap because I didn't have no idea of what I was doing, and I was just throwing things together. And yeah, so I'm going to edit copy that. And all I'm doing, and the reason why I'm talking, is because this is kind of boring and monotonous. So edit, paste. And as a matter of fact, I might go ahead and do one or two more of these just to show you the process of how I do it. And then I might go ahead and just speed this part up. Just that way the tutorial is just not so long. I know I've gotten some comments before in the past about how long my tutorials are and things like that. I know that shouldn't matter, but I want to try to please everybody if I can. So I'm going to Shift T and just go ahead and raise the size down on that, and then I'm going to press M and just kind of figure out something how I want that, and then I'm going to place that one under her. And because she's got a little bit more hair coming out that side, that's fine there. Let's come over here and let's grab our lasso tool and let's press Control Shift A to deselect. Then let's just come over here and let's go around this one. Right click, edit, copy, and then come back over here and paste. Edit, paste. New layer, and put this on multiply. Press M on your keyboard for the move tool, and I'm going to press Shift R, and I'm going to rotate this, and I'm going to kind of shape this into her head here. So I'm going to press M on the keyboard and Shift T. Just kind of lower the size of it a little bit. Press scale, Press M on our keyboard. And just so, because there's a harsh outline here, so I'm going to start bringing some different ones in to kind of mask that in there. I didn't do too good of a job, but as you can tell up there, that it looks pretty good, and it's not too noticeable and stuff. And that's how I wanted it though. So let's go ahead and come back over here, and let's make sure that's about right there. I don't want it all the way down over her eyes. And then let's go ahead and let's grab this image. So I'm gonna just go ahead and press Control A, right click, edit and copy, and edit and paste. Click on new layer, and we are going to put this one on multiply also. And let's just go ahead and kind of line that up over her head also. I'm going to press Shift T for scale. I'm going to scale this guy down a little bit, and I'm going to press M on my keyboard and just kind of place it right there a little bit, just so we start getting the contour of her hair going on there. And let's go ahead and grab this big guy again, edit, copy, edit, paste, click on new layer and put it on multiply. And let's go ahead and let's Shift T and let's scale this guy down. Let's press M on our keyboard. And by the way, this image is going to be super huge. It's 4,000 by 4,000. So if your computer's a little bit slow, the first thing you might want to do is go to image and then scale image and scale it down to like 2,000 by 2,000. I always find that when I'm doing stuff like that, and when I had a slower computer, that doing that is a whole lot better for your slow computer, and things just run more smoothly. So I'm going to go ahead and line that up here, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go ahead and add another layer mask. Press add. I'm going to grab my paintbrush tool, and I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of some of these harsh edges here. Just kind of line it up with the contours, and that looks okay to me. And I am the worst when it comes to I'm gonna press Control A here, and I'm going to show you how to do this one. I am the worst when it comes to edit, copy, when it comes to try making things twice. Edit, paste, and sometimes it either looks better. Let's delete that, and let's come down here where there's not a layer mask. Edit, paste, click on OK, and you see the white. So the white, we just want to put it on multiply. So anyways, but yeah, sometimes when I try to recreate things, Shift R for rotate, it just don't come out right, and don't look right, and things like that. Let's go ahead and put this under her. But sometimes I look out and it looks better. So it just all depends on how much work and how much time you put into these things. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this one. Oops. And I'm going to raise it above her. And then I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to line it up right there. I'm going to press Shift R, kind of move that down that way, and press M. Just like that. And I'm bringing this back over here to look for reference, because I kind of do want to kind of make the hair kind of look the same as this one, because that hair ended up looking pretty nice. And let's see here. Which one is this one? Over here. Come on now. There it is. No, that's not what I wanted. this one right here. So I'm going to duplicate this one, and I'm going to just bring that one. Nope, I'm going to leave it behind, but I'm just going to bring it up there, and I'm going to press Shift R, and I'm just going to rotate it here, and I'm going to press M, and I'm just going to grab it, and I'm going to press Shift T. I'm also going to scale it up just a tad bit. And I'm going to press M on my keyboard, and just make sure that I keep everything behind her head there. And I'm going to press, oops, cancel that. I'm going to press Control Shift D to duplicate. Press Shift R, and I'm going to rotate this just a little bit more. And I'm going to press M on my keyboard, and let's press Shift R, and let's rotate that way more than that. Press M on my keyboard, and just kind of line it up that way. And alrighty, so I think I'm going to go ahead and speed this process up, and I will be back here in a few minutes once I get this process down. So that's all you want to do, is just go ahead and pull up a reference image of a hair that you want it to look like, or like her hair, and just go around and try to make the water look like that. And you don't have to download these same water splashes that I have. You can download different ones. It's totally up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and speed this part up now, and I will be back. Alright guys, I am back, and I'm going to go ahead and hold down Shift, and I'm going to click this eyeball here, and I'm going to click this eyeball, this eyeball, this eyeball, this eyeball, this eyeball, and I'm going to turn on the background layer real quick to make sure that I'm seeing all this stuff. And click this eyeball, and I'm going to turn this one off. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the background off again. And I'm going to right click on this, and I'm going to go to Merge Visible Layers. And I'm going to go ahead and expand it as necessary is fine. I'm going to click on Merge, and I'm going to go ahead and hold down Shift and click down here, and then click again to turn everything on. And I'm going to make sure that this layer is on multiply. Let's see here. Did I lose some of that stuff? My computer is acting super slow right now for some reason, probably because I have so many things running. Let's go ahead. I'm going to duplicate this layer here, and I'm going to go ahead and press Shift R, and I'm going to rotate just like that, and you'll see that it's being super slow. I'm going to right click on this, and I'm going to close this. Don't save. Now I'm going to press M on my keyboard, and I'm going to press Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z a bunch of times. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to add a tab and my undo history back to base layer, Hold down Shift and click and turn everything back on. There we go. I got them all back. I don't know what was going on with that, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to File, and I'm going to save this real quick. And for some reason, and I'm going to name this Mermaid tutorial. And for some reason, my GIMP acts funky. I don't know why. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this. And that way, just give it a little bit more memory. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and come back over here to my side panel, and I'm going to type in pure ref, and I'm going to come back in here, and I'm just going to drag and drop that in there, and I'm going to zoom out and move it back in just so I have reference from before. Alrighty, so we went ahead and got that going on, and so the hair is how I want it. It looks pretty good, I think. I like it. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to just go ahead and close all these water images here. Discard changes on all of those. And the next thing we are going to go ahead and do is we are going to go ahead and add the original background. So I'm going to go to File, then Open, and then I'm going to find that image, and it was number 6. So I'm going to go ahead and press Open, and I'm going to press Control A, click on it, press Control A, right click, edit, copy, and come back over here, right click, edit, and then paste. And then click on new layer. And so now we got that pasted in there. Now I'm going to press Shift T, and I'm just going to kind of line it up here. Kind of like that. And I want this little sunspot up here. That's the reason why I used it. I want that to be kind of in the middle there. And I'm going to span this out kind of down there. And let's go ahead and bring that in, bring this side in, and let's press Scale. Just like that, and let's go ahead and drag this all the way down to the bottom. And like I said, I wanted this kind of sunspot to be right here because she kind of has a sunspot on her tail there. And I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this layer. Then I'm going to come up to colors, and we are going to go ahead and do, let's do color balance first. Maybe. There it goes. I don't know what's going on with that. And we're going to bring up the blues. About 14. Let's bring down the magenta a little bit to give it a little bit purple, and press OK. And we're going to name this color balance. And then we are going to go ahead and duplicate that copy, and then we're going to go up to colors, and then let's go to brightness contrast, and tone the brightness down a little bit, and let's give it some contrast, and let's press OK. Let's name this one brightness contrast. Then let's duplicate this one again, and then let's go to colors. Let's do hue saturation, and let's saturate it some, and let's turn the lightness down just a little bit, and maybe the hue a tad bit, and let's press OK. And then let's name this one hue, and set, just like that. And then let's duplicate it one more time, and let's go to colors, and then let's go to curves, and let's mess with the green channel, pull it down some, pull it up a tad bit, and let's go to the blue channel, And I just kind of wanted the background to kind of just match her a little bit. So let's go ahead and click OK and name this one Curves. And yeah, I like that. I like that color. It's kind of the color I was going for a little bit. Let's go ahead and duplicate this layer one more time, and let's go to colors, and let's go back to curves, and let's just kind of let's go ahead and reset that, and then let's just go to not presets. Let's go to the green, and I want to raise the green level here just a little bit, and I'm going to press OK, and curves copy is fine for the name. I just want a little bit more green back into the image, and that looks good to me. And let's go ahead, and now the next part that we are going to be doing is I am going to be showing you how I made the rocks. So let's go here in Blender, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to press Shift Space to come in here, and this is the rock that I made, and it looks pretty realistic, and that's what I was going for. I made a second one here, and it's just a little bit more greener because I wanted to add a little bit more color to this. And so let's go ahead and go back, and I want to go ahead and then I'm going to copy this to the clipboard, and just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and go to File, New, Reload Startup File. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just use the cube. So I'm going to go Tab, and I'm going to go into Edit Mode, and I'm going to press W, and I'm going to subdivide this, and I'm going to press F6 to bring up my options, and I'm going to subdivide it by 15 and press OK. And then I'm going to tab out of this object mode. Then I'm going to press Control 2 on my keyboard to give it a level 2 subdivision surface, just like that. And we're going to leave that there, just like that. And now we are going to go ahead and add another modifier, and I'm going to add a displace modifier, and I'm going to click on texture. I'm going to click new, then I'm going to come over here to my texture tab, and I'm going to put this on clouds, and we are going to leave it at that size, but I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to tone the strength down to like 0.1, maybe 0.2. I'm going to press Z, then I'm going to do shade smooth. If you don't have that, then just click on smooth right here for smooth shading. Just like that. And I think I like that. So I'm going to apply the subsurf. Then I'm going to add a multi-resolution modifier, and I'm going to put that up on top. And I'm going to subdivide this one more time. Then I'm going to tab. Actually, I have a add-on, and it's called brushes, and I'm going to go into sculpt mode. I will leave the link to this down in the description. And I'm going to click on sculpt mode. I'm going to load these IK brushes that comes with it, and I'm going to click on the scrape tool, and I'm going to press Shift F. Actually, I'm going to press just F to raise the size of my brush up here, and I'm just going to go around this, and I'm just going to start knocking things down. I'm going to subdivide this one more time, and just so I get some more vertices to play with here. And we're just going to kind of make what you think a rock shape looks like. And I'm going to hold down Shift to bring up the smooth tool, and I'm going to smooth this stuff out. And I'm going to press F, and I'm going to raise the size down on my brush here, and just kind of come around here and just kind of mess things up on here. That looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to hold down shift to bring up the smooth tool, and it's running slow because I got a bunch of things that a bunch of programs going on right now. I'm going to press F to bring up the brush size, and I just kind of want to knock some of this stuff down with the smooth brush. And yeah, this is a pretty high poly rock, but I'll show you how to fix that. And I think I like that, so I'm going to tab back into object mode, just like that, and we get this kind of funky shaped rock. Let's go ahead and tab back in. Actually, let's go down here to the displace modifier, and let's knock this displacement down a little bit. And then let's go ahead and let's tab back into sculpt mode, and I'm just going to kind of smooth this out right here. Come on now. Just kind of I didn't like that shape that we were getting before, so I'm just gonna knock some of this stuff down just a little bit. Holding down shift for the smooth. And let's tab back into object mode, and let's look at it now. And that looks okay. Now let's bring the strength up to 3 again. And I like that. That looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to apply the multi-res, and I'm going to, let's see, we could play around if we want more stronger rocks, because, you know, down in the ocean bottom, the corals and stuff like that are pretty messed up. I think that's a little bit too strong, so I'm going to leave it back on 0.3, and I'm going to apply this displace modifier here. And then what's left next is to add a texture. So let's come over here to our material tab, click on use nodes, and I'm going to go ahead and paste the setup that I had before. Press X, delete that, and I'm just going to add this in here to the surface. And what we need to do is, now that I added all this in, all we just need to do is just open up our image now. And the image that I'm using is from CG Textures, and it's called Rocky Grass 0032200PX JPEG. I will try to find this and leave a link in the description for this too. And so that's loaded in there. The next thing we need to do is I'm going to press 1 on my keyboard and then 5 to go into orthographical mode. I'm going to tab and go into edit mode. And I'm going to press U, and then I'm going to go to cube projection, and that's all we're going to do. Let's tab back into object mode, and then let's come down here. There's 2 image textures here. Let's go ahead and load this back up, and I will leave links for all this stuff to be downloaded in the description. That way you guys don't have to mess with all this stuff. Now if we press Z and then go to material mode, you'll see that after I take this lamp and I turn it into a sun lamp and press OK and turn the emission up to 2.5, I think that should be okay. Now let's click back on the rock, and the rock is all green now, so I just got to put this hue back to 0.5 and the saturation back to 1. And the factor back to 0.5, and we just need to zero this stuff out here real quick. and you will see, I'm going to go ahead and zero all this out here. And we're going to go ahead and just disconnect this and disconnect this. And let's just connect it up directly, just like that. And you'll see that we got a pretty nice looking green rock. And if I go into rendered mode, let me go back into 1, press Control-Alt-0 to line my camera up with a view, press N, lock camera to view, and that looks pretty good to me. So I'm just going to press Z real quick and then go into rendered mode. And as you can see, that's a really, really nice rock. It's really, really nice. And this stuff right here, I will leave this stuff disconnected, and then, but I will leave it in here. And as a matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and click here, 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 then press N and go to frame selected. And then the frame is going to be change color of rock. Control A, Control copy, press enter, then put it down here at the label, press enter. And so now you'll see that right there. And so all you'll have to do is just take the color from the image texture and plug it into the strength of the light fall off. No, I'm lying. I'm sorry. Plug it into the gamma color. So you just take it and plug it into the gamma color there. And then you'll take the brightness and contrast and plug it into the diffuse. And then you'll just mess with the hue saturation and brightness and contrast and the light fall off a little bit to change the color of the rock. And then all I did was, I'll go back to material mode. All I did was I just pressed R for rotate and then pressed Z to align it on the Z axis. And then I just moved it around, and I found positions that I liked, and I even did rotate along the Y axis 180 degrees when I changed the color. That way I can get a little bit different rock sample. And then I just went down here to my render settings, and I clicked on film to make it transparent. So now if I go to rendered, you'll see that it's transparent now. And I just went to the sampling and I turned the render samples up, and I went back up here and I hit render and rendered out a image. Oh, and I also changed the size of the rock to 1080 by 1080, and I rendered this out at 200%. So I will leave that like that. So Z, let's go back into material mode, and I'm going to go ahead and save this as rock tutorial, just like that. And this blend file will be down in the description. You will still have to go to CG Textures and download the rock texture though, or any rock texture that you'd like. But just remember, you'll want to take the top image texture and plug it into the gamma, and then take this brightness and contrast and plug it into the color of the diffuse, and then just play with the settings and you change the rock color. So I'm going to go ahead and file, and I'm going to exit out of there. And I'm going to go ahead and file, and I'm going to open and my assets, and got the rock. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the rock. Press Control A, right click, edit, copy. And that turned out to be a pretty good looking rock. And then come back over here, edit, paste, and press the new layer button, press M, and that looks really, really nice inside of here. And I just wanted to give it some depth with these rocks here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to close this rock out, and I'm going to close this background image out, and I'm going to file, open, And I'm going to go ahead and open the other rock. There it is. Press open. Control A, edit, copy, edit, paste. And click on new layer button. And there we go. I'm going to move this one behind. This green is a little too green for my liking. But now all we're going to do is just go ahead and Shift D and just start moving these rocks around here. Shift D, let's place one under. Just kind of place one in the back there. Shift D, let's go ahead and kind of place one right here maybe. And then let's Shift D this green one. And let's place this one all the way below everything else.